So I went to a local punk show alone. And from the outside, that probably doesn't sound like a big deal. But to me, it really was. I haven't been to a show or a concert or anything of the sort since before the pandemic. And the last thing I went to was an Ice Nine Kills acoustic set at the Stanley Hotel in late 2019 for my birthday. So this is less of a concert review and more of a story about trying to get out more, finding a place I'm still honestly kind of searching for, and hoping that maybe this place could be it. So yeah, I went to a punk show alone and this is how it went. Okay, so why'd I go? As I just mentioned, I do want to get out more. And what I essentially mean by that is pretty much since COVID, I feel like in general I've been online too much, sitting at my PC too much, and not really interacting with the communities around me as much as I really should, or as much as I'd like to. I've always been interested in alternative spaces and DIY music like punk and hardcore and stuff like that. And I've been making music in a DIY fashion, not necessarily in the DIY space, since 2020, 2021. I don't want to say I grew up around the spaces because honestly, I kind of really didn't, but I didn't really have an opportunity to, if that makes sense. I'm from northern Minnesota. There's nothing there. So and with that comes a certain kind of anxiety that most other social situations don't really tend to come with. And I honestly almost talked myself out of going because I was scared of being alone. And some of the other anxieties I had was after I came in and got my ticket and got the wristband put on me, I was like, yo, where should I go? Where should I stand? So I'm not hindering someone else's experience, essentially. My first impressions were, I think literally the first thing I thought was, oh, damn, I actually guessed where they'd put the bands at and the stage at correctly. And I was right. For a smaller space, there's a bunch of people in it, not fully standing room only. There's still some chairs, some places to sit and chill out and all of that, right? So in general, did it feel awkward when I first got in? The answer is yes. But not because I felt super out of place. I was like, I feel like I kind of belong. It was just oh, fuck, I'm alone, you know? But the moment I started to feel more comfortable was, I'm going to say about midway through the first band's set, moment I can actually directly point to was when they started playing Good Good Things by the Descendants. I heard the first second of the opening drum line and I'm like, I know that song. The first band was called Soft Teeth. They were sick. They ripped through their set, and I think they just brought such a great energy to the show. Next band that came up was Narrow Road, another local band, more of an alt-rock leaning one. I don't know how to explain it, but they kind of had a Bullet for My Valentine type of vibe about them, but they're not metalcore. And then the headlining act, Cosmic Kitten. I thought they were great. They were really fucking loud. I don't know how else to put it. They had great energy. That's really all you can ask for it. Because if you don't have good energy, the show isn't going to be that good. And that goes for any venue. So how does it feel participating in a scene in real life or listening to a band play live compared to just seeing it from an online perspective? I don't know how else to put it other than it feels lived in and it feels real. When you're in real life, in the space, witnessing it in real time and not just pictures online or from reels or TikToks from people being how to dress XYZ or how to be XYZ or whatnot. You actually get that real life experience and that in your face, in real time, this is what it means to be alternative. People in these spaces show up not just because they're yeah, I'm alternative and I like this kind of music. I mean, obviously that's going to be part of it, but they show up because they care. And without those same people, the scene would die. Without them, the scene can't thrive. Without people, the scene can't grow or even be a scene. So that's why keeping these local scenes intact, it's just so paramount and important to maintaining the alternative space. So I'm going to come back to what I more started the video with, but how did it feel to be alone at first versus later? Honestly, the veil kind of shed itself. I was just enjoying myself listening to music, and honestly, that's all I kind of needed to do. Because do people in a space like this really care if you go alone? The answer, and this isn't going to shock you, they really don't. They're more worried about enjoying themselves. Like, it was awkward, but it was survivable. And what do you do when you want community so bad but don't know how to enter it? With this experience, I mean, it's only one thing, and I didn't really come out of it becoming the most sociable person alive. But you gotta take the jump. You just gotta jump in head first. You just gotta be like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. That's really all you can do. So, would I do it again? The answer is gonna be yes. Like, it's an easy yes. But would I go alone again? The answer for that is a little bit more complex, as you can probably imagine. The answer is going to be yes, but with a few caveats. The caveats being, I would prefer not to go alone, but if that was like the only option I had, I'd still do it. Because it was just worth it. I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed listening to the music and watching the bands perform. And I kind of learned that sometimes you just don't always need someone to be with you in order to do something, especially if it's something you love. So, should someone else try it? Yeah. The answer is yeah. I really think you should, especially if it's like really the only option you got. If it's the only option you got and you can't like go with friends or something, who cares? Just go and do it. So, yeah. I went to a local punk show alone. It was a little awkward at first, and it was really loud, but it was worth it. And maybe next time it will be a little less awkward. So if you've been thinking about going somewhere or doing something alone, maybe just try it once. Worst case, you feel awkward for a couple of hours. Best case, you find somewhere you want to keep coming back to. If you like this, feel free to stick around. I'm probably going to talk about more things related to music, internet culture, video games, and whatever else is stuck in my head. So with that being said, this has been Ghost Notes, signing off.